Rhodes Haynes. I'm going to show from Quiltsmart. I'm going to show you today a little bit about the fusing and the process of putting the Marie Webster shapes onto a background. So we're going to start here by one of the things that I've been doing a lot of work with lately is using pre-quilted squares. And I just love using them because it's kind of a done before you start finish. And so that's what I'm going to show you today, but you certainly can put these on a piece of fabric and have it quilted after it's appliqued too. So either one. So that's what the pre-quilted square looks like that I'm using today. These are some of the tools: a stiletto, a seam ripper, a tweezers. Those are all good for manipulating the interfacing if it happens to peek out while we're appliquing. I'll show you that. You want to use an open toe foot or something that you can see the zigzag that we're going to be using, and a very fine needle. That's an 11 or a 10, 75, 70, maybe even a 60 if you wish. Bobbin thread is nice also and helps make the stitch go down under the fabric so that you're not seeing the bobbin thread come up at all. It helps with the tension. A variety of threads you can use. You can do the whole project in an applique or in an invisible thread if you wish. Just don't use an old one, use a nice new one, or even the last 10 years, they're really quite good, the invisible threads. You could use a specialty thread if you want, especially if you're going to do something like working with batik that has a few different shades in it. And this one is a nice 100% cotton thread, and I like to use a thinner thread. This one is very thin. It's a silk, and it's a number 100. The higher the number, the thinner the thread. And that also is nice for almost like an invisible look. So now let me just show you how we're going to fuse this to the pre-quilted square. I have one here, and I have it all laid out. I've stitched in the stem, which is another alternative to actually using fabric for stems, and I thought that would be nice to show you that too. I've already fused these two leaves down, and what you're going to do next is take your and lay out your pieces, okay, like that, and then remove the top ones and fuse just with a few seconds and a little bit of steam. Fuse your bottom pieces on. And you can see that then you would take that to your machine and you would applique that. After you applique that, or zigzag is another word for applique, then we're going to come back and put these pieces back on top. So now we will go to the machine and I'll show you how to do the applique.